October 16th, 2015. Bang! My skull crashed against my opponent's shoulder, and in that split second, my life completely changed. This was concussion number 1. Weeks of vomiting along with months of pounding headaches followed. This is where you're supposed to throw the towel in and give up. Let the circumstances get the better of you and just stop caring. Yet here I am today, happy, healthy, and talking to you. So how was I able to overcome this big challenge in my life? Well, I'll tell you how. Determination is how. Self-belief is how. And most importantly, positivity is how. In situations of adversity, we as humans instinctively have 2 options: fight or flight. It is clear that I chose to fight, but in doing so, I had to believe that I was going to win. Take these 2 examples of the power of positivity and self-belief. Legendary golfer Tiger Woods never enters a tournament thinking he isn't going to win. And David didn't take on Goliath thinking he was going to lose either. Now, this worked out pretty well for them, as Tiger Woods, arguably the greatest golfer of all time, and well, David made it into the Bible. Our bodies are extremely powerful on their own, but when we couple that with our minds, we can achieve incredible things. Today, I'll be talking to you about what exactly positivity is, how it impacted my journey of recovering from multiple concussions, and some simple strategies that you can use to develop a more positive mindset for yourself. Let's start on October 16th, 2015. Concussion number 1, where my fight began. As an extremely energetic and outgoing 12-year-old, sports were my life. I played rep soccer, select hockey, and every passing minute of my day seemed to be filled with some sort of physical activity. This was ripped away from me on that cool fall day, and instead, my new home was the couch. I lay there for weeks resting and recovering. I experienced pounding headaches and just could not keep a meal down. Once outgoing, I became quiet and withdrawn. I no longer wanted to hang out with my friends, and I would avoid social gatherings at all costs. I was diagnosed with post-concussive syndrome, and the negative cloud over my head continued to grow. Since I could no longer exercise, I also gained weight and became hyper-focused on eating sunflower seeds. Still not sure why. I think it's fair to say things are not looking great for 12-year-old Ryan. So how did I turn it around? How did I get out of this rut? For me, the answer lay within my mindset. For months, I had focused on all the things I couldn't do, but this had only made me feel worse. It was only when I started to think more positively and focus on all the things I still could do, like spend time outdoors or hang out with my family, that I started to feel better. My symptoms began to disappear, and I started to feel like my old self again. Now, I know that my change in mindset was not the only thing that helped me recover, but I certainly believe it fast-tracked the process and definitely helped me going forward. Unfortunately, this was not the last of my struggle with concussions, as I suffered from another one in 2019. Yep, you guessed it, in another soccer game. Pretty unlucky, I know. Be more careful, Ryan, they say. This time, I was prepared though. I maintained that same positive mindset because I knew I had recovered once, so I would recover again. I focused on all the things I still could do, and my recovery was much faster. I was back to full health by the new year. From my experience with concussions, it's clear that my positive mindset played some role in my recovery. But what exactly is positivity? Well, positivity is defined as the practice of being, or the tendency to be optimistic or positive in attitude. I completely agree with this, but I also think there's another element to it. A positive mindset must be coupled with positive actions. Les Brown once said, "Do what is easy and your life will be hard. Do what is hard and your life will become easy." By having a positive mindset, we significantly increase our chances of completing those hard tasks, but it requires action to truly complete the challenge. Now, obviously, it's not just as easy as saying, "I'm going to be more positive and everything will get better." Just like any other skill, it is a process, a mindset, and an attitude which must be learned and developed over time. As you do develop this more positive mindset, you will then be better able to handle everyday stress in more constructive ways. Now I'd like to share some simple strategies that work for me, and I hope that you try out if you want to develop a more positive mindset for yourself. Understanding that we are all unique individuals, and these may not work for everyone, I encourage you to try them out, see what works. Let's start with positive thinking. Now, you might be hearing, "What does this guy know? Easy for him to say, just ignore all the bad things and think more positive." Well, positive thinking doesn't just mean ignoring everything bad in your life. Instead, it means focusing on the good in every situation, commonly known as the glass half full mindset. I want you to take a moment now, reflect, and ask yourself, in unpleasant situations, do I immediately start thinking about the worst case scenario, or do I think about the positives and try and find a solution? If you do find yourself thinking those negative thoughts, that's okay. I'm here to help. We can easily change these into more positive ones using simple internal rephrasings. For example, thinking, I've never done this before, I'm going to fail, can easily be changed to, this is a great opportunity for me to learn something new. It is these simple internal rephrasings which can slowly shift your mindset to a more positive one. Over time, you'll be better able to handle those moments of stress and those negative situations. For me, I use this while golfing. We all know how stressful it can get, and to this day, it has been very helpful to me. Another strategy we can use is by expressing gratitude. You've probably heard this one before, and that's because it's a great strategy. The simplest way we can do this is by writing down 5 things we're grateful for every day. The best part about this is quick. You can do it in so many different ways. You can write it in your notebook, write it in your phone, do it in your head. You can do it through prayer or meditation. There's so many different ways. For me, I choose to do it mentally in my head, thanking the people and things I'm grateful for in my life every day. The point is, anyone can express gratitude anywhere. And by expressing gratitude, we are actively acknowledging the good in our lives, which can make us feel more positive emotions. According to a study conducted by Harvard, those who wrote about gratitude felt more optimistic and better about their lives. Again, just like the other strategy I mentioned, this takes time and practice, but in the long run will provide you with noticeable positive benefits. One final strategy we can use is to focus on the present. In unpleasant situations, we often find ourselves catastrophizing and jumping to conclusions. This does us no good, as these thoughts are usually irrational and have a very slim chance of actually happening. To combat this, we can use simple breathing exercise. Next time you find yourself in a stressful situation, try closing your eyes, grounding your feet, and taking 10 deep breaths. Then, ask yourself, in 10 years, will this moment be of any significance in my life? While upsetting, you will start to realize that these moments are extremely insignificant in the long run, and you can then use that simple internal rephrasing strategy I mentioned earlier to frame these thoughts in a more positive way, and then carry on with your day. Just like the other strategies, this thing will be very positive over time, but it will take a little bit of practice. October 16th, 2015. The day where positivity seemed to walk straight out my front door. Yet I'm here to tell you that it will come back. Even in the darkest of days, we can bring positivity back and change our lives for the better. For me, it helped me overcome multiple concussions. For you, it may help you get through that Monday morning where the only place you want to be is your bed. No matter who we are or the situation we are in, we can all change our lives for the better and develop a more positive mindset. Not sure where to start? Try one of the strategies I mentioned earlier. All it takes is one little thing. Now, speaking of that one little thing, I would like to leave you with one final thought. Every day may not be good, but there is good in every day. Thank you.